Hey guys, it's Ardish here, and I have another video about the Startup Visa. If you have watched my previous videos, I have talked about most of the countries that provide a Startup Visa, and the list is going on and on and on. And in today's video, I'm talking about a Startup Chile, and I have heard about this visa, and I also researched about Chile as well for a bit, and it seems a good country, but the location is a bit far from most of the people that are from East or even Europe, but it's still worth to consider it. So let's just dive right in. As usual, we try to start search from Google, so from there, and check the official government or official documents that they have. So when you search for Startup Visa Chile, you can see that this program is for Chilean government, designed to attract foreign entrepreneurs and startups to boost innovation. It offers a one-year work visa and equity-free seed funding, around 40,000 US dollar to selected startups, along with access to mentorship, networking, and resources within the Chilean startup ecosystem. Okay, so let's review the main website, which is Startup Chile. What we look for? We look for businesses that are technology based, innovative, skill level, and high impact. So this is as usual, like most of the startup programs. When you are selected to be part of the Startup Chile, no matter what stage of development your startup is in, we will support your programs. Okay. Check what kind of businesses we support. Hey, it goes to the Instagram. I don't have Instagram here, so it should be a story. Never mind. Okay, if you scroll down a bit, we can see why Startup Chile. They have accelerator. They take our startup from 0 to 100 in a few months. That's why we have a tailor-made program that includes academia, board sessions, access to mentors, experts, and meeting with other startups in the industry, and pitch session, among other high impact stances. It's all about the resources. We know that resources are complex to manage when you are starting your business. That's why by being part of our program, you will receive free funding, free co-working space, and exclusive discounts on different services that will help you grow your startup. That is interesting. Free fund, free working space, which is usually it's not like that, especially co-working space. Connections. In life and business, networking is everything. When you're part of one of our programs, you can connect with the best players in the local and international ecosystem, such as VCs, corporations, governments, universities, and mentors, among others. Landing in Chile. We want your business to grow from Chile to the world, and for that, we give you all the support to process your visa, and you can develop from our country. I don't know, it's Chile or Chile. We call it Chile, but could be Chile. Join our community. By being accepted into Startup Chile, you become part of one of the world's largest and most diverse communities of entrepreneurs. You will join a network of more than 3,000 startups and 6,000 founders from more than 85 countries. Okay, I guess they are explaining the steps here. Chile is the perfect market to grow a digital business, having the ideal size to test your solution and make it a scale to other countries. Lab digitalization, entrepreneur lovers, commercial agreements, land in Latin America. Yes, about the pronunciation of the country. So I searched and it was Chile, something like that. So, okay, nice. There is a brochure that we can have a look. Usually they can explain completely in their catalog of brochures. Right. We are the first public accelerator in the world. There are 24 case studies, including different universities and institutions, Stanford, MIT, Harvard, etc. What do we look for in the startup we accelerate? They should be tech-based, so it shouldn't be probably something not related to technology or traditional. Innovative, scalable, and impact. It should have impact. We are industry agnostic. We are agnostic to nationalities. That's good. More than 3,000 startups in our portfolio. More than 6,000 entrepreneurs supported our programs. I like the brochure. It's very easy to read. So far we have read like 8 pages. So we can build, ignite, and growth. Right. So as far as I understand, there is a program which is built and it's pre-acceleration program for earliest stage startups. So the most basic version of startup that you are presenting, that could be under this category, under this program, build. Okay, so how is build? So from an idea to an early stage prototype, 4 months program and execution in 4 months. So in 4 months, we need to have an idea and develop the idea probably to the prototype or an MVP. And then 2 generations per year, equity free funding, around 16,000 USD. And then extension possibility, meaning a direct transfer to the Ignite program. Okay, so after this period, they probably consider our startups and they've already funded, and then they can consider it. There is a possibility to move the startup from build to the next stage, which is in Ignite. So in this stage, acceleration, this program for a startup with a minimum viable product. Okay, so when you have your MVP and probably you have validated your idea already with some data, with some initial users, then you can start this program. In this program, we will see what is going on. From a functional product to reaching product market fit. 4 months program again, and execution is in 6 months. 2 generations per year, equity free funding, and increase the funding. Almost doubled it, like 33,000 US dollar. And also there is a possibility for extension. And then probably they move us to the next stage, next program, which is growth. And this is an expansion program for consolidated businesses. So this is the highest, I guess. So in this program, the startups are in expansion stage. There's a 8 month program and execution in 12 months, 2 generations per year, equity free funding of $75 million, which is 80,000 US dollar approximately. Okay, so there are some key requirements per program. Right, let's see the requirements. Let's zoom in. So, a startup. There are some requirements for the build program, the natural person and legal entity should be less than 1 year of commercial development, so which could suit almost everybody with an idea, and legal entity less than 1 year of initiation of activity. Minimum validation requirements. So the idea should be validated. So you just need to have a proper idea. And if you have, you can start this program. And you should have been in this commercial development for less than 1 year, which is the chance is very high. And the compulsory period in Chile is 4 months. And let's see. And then when you're done with this program, you go for the next one, which is Ignite. And the natural person and legal entity should be less than 3 years of commercial development. And then the legal entity should be less than 3 years of initiation of activities. So, and then for the validation requirement, it should have at least a product or functional service like MVP. So you should have developed the product, something that you can show them and it's working, which is MVP. And the mandatory period in Chile is 6 months. And then you go for the next program, which is growth. Natural person legal entity must be at least 24 months old startup. So the startup should be a bit grown up, like 2 years from its initiation of activities. And the minimum validation requirements is have accumulated sales worth between this amount in a 12-month cycle between approximately $100,000 and $1 million. And the compulsory period in Chile is 12 months. And there are some team leader legal, which is there should be 80 years of age or older, hold at least 10% equity of the company. Non-Chilean entrepreneurs must apply as a natural person, so we will be natural person. Be exclusively dedicated to the startup as a full-time job from the beginning of the acceleration program. So probably they are very strict on this, that you need to just work on your startup. Probably you can't work anything else at the same time. Female founder factor. Okay, so they have some benefits and additional perks for female founders, I suppose. Um, Women are a key factor in businesses. That's why we promote female entrepreneurship. At least 50% of the selected startups will be led by female entrepreneurs. So if you're female and you have an idea, you have an edge over us. Good for you. We are committed to reduce the historical gender gap. Community, acceleration, talent, ecosystem, media. Community. We provide opportunities for our female founders to network and build relationships, particularly through special events where they can share experiences and collaborate. Talent. We believe in the importance of role models. Through our Gender Balance Academy, we can pass on knowledge and experience from diverse female representatives. Acceleration. We match those startups of our portfolio led by women with female mentors. Once a year, we hold an event called Female Circle, where leaders and female representatives meet to talk about innovation and the ecosystem. Media. Representation matters, and that's why we use our media channels to visualize strong female entrepreneurs who can inspire future generations. What do we do? There are some resources like equity-free funding, free co-working space. That should be for all. It's not just for female, I suppose. And there are some exclusive benefits like credits with third-party platforms for operational directions, business management, and legal support. Um, I remember I have talked with Portugal incubators, and they said that they have some perks, benefits, discounts, and this sort of things that can give us and help us. I'm not sure to what extent, but I guess it's more or less would be same in terms of resources. And there are acceleration, there are mentoring activities, peer-to-peer sessions, academies, office hours with experts, pitch training. But if it's free, so it's obviously it's a very good one and it's like an advantage over Portugal. Corporate network of investors, government institutions, universities. These are connections that you can make. Probably they help you to like build the first connections. More than 270 voluntary mentors, more than 180 corporate and government partners, more than 100 worldwide partners, more than 6,000 entrepreneurs from all over the world, more than 160 investors and VC networks. Soft landing in Chile. There are 2 year temporary residency, and you have full assistance through the process, opportunity to open a Chilean bank account, support from an alumni. Community, more than 3,000 startups, more than 6,000 entrepreneurs, communication of opportunities for our network of entrepreneurs, events and occasions for networking and building relationships. Why Chile? Chile is one of the best countries in the region to do business. In 2022, Chile was the third best country in the Americas for business competitiveness. Based on this reference, Chile is an excellent lab. We are leader in Latin America on digital connectivity. Our public policies strongly support entrepreneurship. There are multiple global commercial agreements, soft landing in Latin America. There are some success stories. Beefy Dice is a biotechnology startup that achieved the introduction of an aerobic probiotic bacteria into food products, which then establish themselves in the gut and can reduce allergies and chronic disease by 75%. This is one of the startups. Lab for You is another one, which is EdTech startup that democratizes scientific education by giving every student access to a pocket laboratory. Its technology, based on computer vision, uses the pre-incorporated sensors of smartphones to carry out scientific measurements in real time. They also mention their name. You can search on LinkedIn and maybe make connections with them and ask your questions if they answer, or they might have a YouTube channel or something. Another one is Notco. There is a food tech startup through its AI algorithms, and it's created sustainable and accessible plant-based foods. Will the World is another one, which is a platform for travelers with disabilities to find and book accessible travel experiences, places to stay, and other activities, guaranteeing accurate information and a user experience that is 100% accessible. The Live Green Co. Food tech with the vision of accelerating the world's healthy and sustainable transition using technology and creating plant-based products with a lower level of processing than the industry norm. I like their presentation. It's very visually very appealing, and also it's good to check all of these successful examples, and we can check their website, their application, and also check the team and leaders on LinkedIn. And overall, it's very useful and very quality brochure. So Good Meal is an app that makes possible for you to buy surplus food in perfect condition, helping it from getting wasted. Yeah, I guess I can imagine it's like good to go. too good to go. Yeah, there's an application like that, maybe similar. Next step in your application. Okay, let's see how is the application now. Build, ignite, and growth. All of the plans, all of the programs. Apparently, there is a time for each. From 16th of April to 9th of May, there are applications are open. And from mid to end of July, you will get result, which is now. And in September to be confirmed, and we can start the program. So overall, it takes probably like 4 months if they are serious and if they are right. So 4 months is not bad. So far for me in Portugal has passed like around 4 months, but they told me that it takes 28 days. But if they told me that it takes like more than 28 days, that would be much better for me, so that I could at least have a timeline for myself and for the idea. So if they are right, so that's a good thing. Um, and there are some links here. I open them, recommend the startup and apply. Okay, so there is a form here. It's like a Google form that we can have access. Which startup are you referring? Which are you referring my startup? And position or role within the startup, contact email, and it's like a basic information. And that's it. That's all. That was quite comprehensive. And these are the social. Let me move myself somewhere else. So that's pretty much all about this starter program that they explained here. And they also repeated this stuff, the programs here. And let's see what else they have on the website. This is a program that they mentioned. Let's start with build. Be part of build. Our application is now open. Early stage startup, 4 months of pre-acceleration program, everything that they mentioned there. Equity free funding, keep developing your business, female founder factor, the suppers. Okay, so yeah, pretty much the same information. They have blog as well. I guess it's in Spanish. Let's go back to the page, apply here. So they have a link here or there. I would say, okay, let's see how is the application. Oops. Right. So we can create an application here. So if you create an account on the website, when you saw the apply button, you can open an account there and just enter like basic information. So let's see what else we can understand. The processing time can vary depending on a number of factors. The normal processing time for Chile visa is usually around 15 working days. That's good. Although this can vary depending on the type of visa you are applying for and the volume of application. Startup visa are one-off visa valid for 2 years, and the category doesn't lead directly to settlement. Oh, no, no, no. That's for the UK. I don't know why it's like that. Open a new website to see if we can understand more information. To apply for the Chile Startup Visa, you must first apply to a Startup Chile program. Upon acceptance, you will receive a recommendation letter, which you can submit along with your visa application to a Chilean consulate or via an online platform. Yeah, pretty much everything they mentioned there. So they don't have much high requirements. It should be just related to tech, and you can say that's innovative. And then they didn't mention any specific amount to invest. I asked if we need to self-fund our project or business there. It seems it helps, but it's not necessary. Yeah, right. And let's see about the location of the Chile. Right. Okay, as you can see, it's a very narrow country from like the center of South America up to south, and this area looks very cold. Yeah, it's a very interesting country, and they talk Spanish as well. So that was all about Chile startup visa. Hopefully, that would be useful for you. I could also consider it, but from my understanding, the time to apply is already passed for this year, and we need to check it later for the next year. And then roughly it takes 4 months to answer, and then you can consider it to move to Chile as well. So that was another country, another startup visa, and another video. So I will see you in the next video and next country for next startup visa.